your teacher for Week 4, Quarter 1. Congratulations for having successfully finished Week 3, Quarter 1. Now, you are about to learn Week 4, Quarter 1, which is about compare and contrast the content of the material viewed. Our lesson will be focusing on compare and contrast of the content of the material viewed. So, what is your idea when you hear the lesson compare and contrast? Well, comparing talks about giving the similarities and differences of two or more things, while on the other side, contrasting talks about giving the differences of two or more things. Are you still with me? Alright! We are now done defining the words compare and contrast. Now let's move on to our lesson, which talks about compare and contrast the content of the material viewed. But first, we must know the viewing comprehension strategies are. First, before viewing or the preview. Before reading the material, we must read the preview so we know or we have an idea what is the text all about. Number 2, during viewing, you should form relevant questions. Why? By doing this, you can easily understand or you can easily identify and predict the next scenes. Number 3, after viewing. Of course, after viewing, retelling the material that you viewed is a better way to understand and remember all the important details from the text. And lastly, number 4, extended. By giving critics opinion or reflecting too is a better way to comprehend the material viewed. In your learning activity sheets, you have activities more than 5. Now, let's see how well you understood the lesson. For Activity A, you must carefully decode the following terms given for each number. For Activity Letter B, you must answer the anticipation guide to preview the material or the text that you are about to read. For Activity Letter C, you must read the excerpt of The Little Prince. And then, you can now answer the following questions. Now, if you don't like reading the material, you can listen or view the audiobook from YouTube. We already given the link for you to search for it. Alright, for Activity Letter D, this will let you describe the characters from the material that you viewed, which is The Little Prince. Alright, for Activity Letter D, this will let you describe the characters from the material that you view. Next, for Activity Letter E, you will be given a chance to relate the story of the Little Prince from the real-life situation. Moving on, for activity letter F, you will use a Venn diagram. In using a Venn diagram, you will compare and contrast printed and a digital material. For the last activity of this lesson, you will fill in a table to note the similarities and differences of the material that you viewed or a movie that you have watched. Now, before we end today's lesson, let's see how well you reflect on this lesson by answering the reflection part of your learning activity sheets. Congratulations! You have successfully finished our lesson for this week. In this module, you were able to compare and contrast the content of the material that you viewed. By this time, I hope that you can apply whatever lessons you've learned today. Congratulations again for finishing this transcript, and may you continue doing well in the succeeding lessons. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead. Goodbye!